You probably think you know who made the real money on Yellowstone. But here is the truth. Most people have no idea what actually happened behind the scenes of one of the biggest shows in television history. Some actors started at $200,000 per episode and quietly climbed to $700,000. One man walked away from $1 million contract because of his faith and nearly lost everything. One bought a 350,000-acre ranch for $341 million and turned a television show into a real-life empire. And the man who was supposed to be the face of the whole thing ended up in a very public war with the network, watched his character get killed off without him ever returning to set, and drove away from Yellowstone forever. The real story of who won and who got left behind is more dramatic than anything Taylor Sheridan ever put in a script. Let us start at number 10. Number 10 is Danny Huston. Born on May 14, 1962 in Rome, Italy, Huston grew up moving between Galway, London, and Los Angeles. From the very first day he walked into any room in Hollywood, his last name already carried enormous weight. His father was legendary director John Huston, the man behind The Maltese Falcon, a two-time Academy Award winner. His half-sister is Angelica Huston, an Oscar winner herself. His grandfather Walter Huston also won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. That made the Hustons the first three-generation Oscar-winning acting family in the entire history of Hollywood. When Danny Huston showed up on Yellowstone to play Dan Jenkins, the slick California developer trying to steal the Dutton Ranch, he was carrying half a century of Hollywood royalty on his shoulders. On screen, Jenkins was a billionaire. Off-screen, Huston's real net worth sits at around $3 million. But here is what stings. He left before the money got truly serious. His character was shot dead at the end of Season 2 in August 2019, gone before the salary negotiations that pushed his castmates into life-changing territory. He was a recurring actor, not a full series regular, so he missed the biggest payday phase entirely. He kept working after Wonder Woman, Marlowe, Netflix's The Gentleman. But when it comes to what Yellowstone actually put in his pocket, the number was modest. When it comes to Hollywood legacy, almost nobody on that show could touch him. Number 9 is Wes Bentley. Born on September 4, 1978 in Jonesboro, Arkansas, Bentley was raised by parents who served as Salvation Army officers. He left Juilliard after 1 year to chase acting full-time, and at only 21 years old earned a BAFTA nomination for Best Supporting Actor for American Beauty, a film that won 5 Academy Awards including Best Picture. If you had watched Wes Bentley in 1999, you would have bet everything that he was about to become one of the biggest stars of his generation. But that is not what happened. The next 10 years nearly destroyed him. Bentley has spoken openly about the heroin and crack cocaine addiction that consumed his career from 1999 to 2009. At his worst, he was spending $1,000 a day on heroin. He was arrested more than once. His personal life fell apart completely. Then came July 5, 2009. The date he says in every interview is the day he got sober and never looked back. He has credited Robert Downey Jr.'s public honesty about addiction as part of what pushed him to finally seek real help. When Yellowstone cast him as Jamie Dutton in 2018, the ambitious, broken, endlessly conflicted adopted son of the family, it was not just another job. It was the beginning of his second life. He reportedly started at $200,000 per episode, and his salary rose as the show exploded. His net worth today is around $3 million. But his story was never really about the money. It was about the fact that he made it back at all. Number 8 is Neal McDonough. Born on February 13, 1966 in Dorchester, Massachusetts, to Irish immigrant parents who ran a motel on Cape Cod, McDonough built the kind of career where people always recognized his face even when they could not quite place his name. Band of Brothers, Minority Report, Captain America. His filmography reads like a checklist of major Hollywood titles. On Yellowstone, he played Malcolm Beck, one of the most dangerous villains the Dutton family ever faced. But the most talked-about chapter of his career has nothing to do with any specific role. In 2010, he was cast as the lead in the ABC drama Scoundrels, with a contract reportedly worth around $1 million a year. Then he was fired after refusing to film a scripted kissing scene with his co-star, because he will not film romantic scenes with any woman who is not his wife. His wife is Rue Robertson, whom he met while filming Band of Brothers in 2001. They married in 2003. This commitment is rooted in his Catholic faith and it has never wavered, not even when the price was catastrophic. After being fired, Hollywood turned on him completely. In a 2025 podcast appearance, he said he could not get work for 2 years and lost almost everything, including his Los Angeles home. He began drinking heavily during that period and has said his wife was the one who pulled him through. Slowly his career came back. Yellowstone was part of that comeback. His net worth sits somewhere between $3 and $5 million today. He has been married to the same woman for over 20 years, and they have 5 children. He paid a price almost no one in Hollywood would have been willing to pay, and he is still standing. Number 7 is Luke Grimes. Born on January 21, 1984 in Dayton, Ohio, Grimes was the son of a Pentecostal minister and later studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York. His career did not launch overnight. His first major film role came in the 2006 horror movie All the Boys Love Mandalane, but because of distribution problems, the film was not actually released in the United States until 2013. That 7-year gap between filming and release felt like a preview of what was coming, a career that would take patience before it paid off. He kept going anyway, landing roles in American Sniper, the ABC drama Forever, and all 3 50 Shades films. Then came Case Dutton. Grimes was reportedly cast in 2017 and began filming season 1 in early 2018. Case, the youngest Dutton's son and former Navy SEAL, quickly became one of the most central figures on the show. He reportedly started at $200,000 per episode and reached around $700,000 per episode by season 5. Reports also emerged that Grimes, Kelly Riley, and Cole Hauser were all seeking $1.25 million per episode for future Yellowstone spin-offs. In 2025, Bloomberg reported Grimes would be getting his own case-centered spin-off series on CBS scheduled for 2026. The slow burn paid off in the biggest possible way. Number 6 is Kelly Riley. Born on July 18, 1977 in Surrey, England, Riley never received any formal acting training. She started performing on stage at 16 and built an impressive screen career through Pride and Prejudice, Sherlock Holmes, Flight Opposite Denzel Washington, and True Detective Season 2. Then came Beth Dutton, and everything changed. Beth is sharp, fearless, and completely unforgettable, one of the most talked about female television characters of the entire 2020s. Viewers quoted her lines. Critics handed her awards. She won the Critics' Choice Super Award for Best Actress in an Action Series in both 2021 and 2022. Some of her most powerful scenes came from Taylor Sheridan sending her pages just 1 day before filming, with no time to overthink and no room for anything but raw performance. Like her castmates, she reportedly climbed from $200,000 per episode to approximately $700,000 by season 5. Across the 14 episodes of the final season, that would add up to nearly $10 million in earnings from that one season alone. Her overall net worth is reported at around $5 million, though the real number may be higher given how long large television payouts take to appear in public estimates. Beth Dutton turned Kelly Riley from a respected actress into a full cultural icon. Number 5 is Forrie J. Smith. Born on March 14, 1959 in Helena, Montana, Smith is different from almost everyone else on this list in one very real way. Before he ever set foot on a film set, he was already living the life that Yellowstone was trying to capture. He was a real cowboy. He competed in rodeos. He worked on cattle ranches. He spent years doing the hard physical outdoor labor that most actors only learn to fake. When he was cast as Lloyd Pierce, the steady, weathered ranch hand and moral anchor of the bunkhouse, he did not have to pretend. He already knew how to ride. He already understood ranch life from the inside. His career began in stunts, including an early job as a horse stunt double in Rambo 3 in 1988. From there he spent decades in westerns and action projects while picking up acting roles in Lonesome Dove, Walker Texas Ranger, and Hell or High Water, written by Taylor Sheridan. That long history with Sheridan's world made him a natural fit. His estimated net worth is around $6 million, built from decades of stunt work, supporting roles, residuals, and Yellowstone income. But what stands out about Forrie J. Smith is not any number. It is the fact that the camera pointed at him and found something completely real. Number 4 is Cole Hauser. Born on March 22, 1975 in Santa Barbara, California, Hauser came from deep Hollywood roots. His father is actor Hauser. His mother is screenwriter and producer Cass Warner. His great-grandfather was Harry Warner, one of the co-founders of Warner Brothers Studios. He went to high school with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and appeared alongside them in School Ties in 1992 and Good Will Hunting in 1997. He had been around major talent and serious projects for years. But Rip Wheeler, Yellowstone's fiercest enforcer and Beth Dutton's husband, took Cole Hauser to a level he had never reached before. Rip became one of the most beloved characters in the show's entire run, second only to John Dutton in the hearts of millions of fans. Hauser reportedly started at $200,000 per episode in 2018 and reached around $700,000 by season 5. Across the 14-episode final season, that would mean roughly $9.8 million in earnings from that season alone. His net worth is now estimated between $8 and $15 million, with Celebrity Net Worth listing him at $10 million as of 2025. Beyond the salary, he launched Free Reign Coffee Company in 2024 and partnered on a line of cowboy boots. He and Kelly Riley are both reportedly attached to an upcoming Yellowstone spin-off, with the top supporting cast members believed to be earning close to $1.25 million per episode going forward. Rip Wheeler was not just a role. It was the role that redefined his entire future. Number 3 is Gil Birmingham. Born on July 13, 1953 in San Antonio, Texas, Birmingham is of Comanche descent, and his path to Hollywood looked nothing like anyone else's. Before acting, he earned a degree in education administration and worked as a petrochemical engineer. Acting came later in life, much later. He began working professionally in the early 1980s, but his real breakthrough did not arrive until 2008 when he was cast in the Twilight franchise. He was 55 years old when that first film premiered. In an industry that tells people constantly they need to break through young or not at all, Birmingham made his biggest mark at 55 and then kept building from there. He appeared in Hell or High Water in 2016 opposite Jeff Bridges, a film that earned a SAG Award nomination. He appeared in Wind River in 2017, another Taylor Sheridan project. By the time Yellowstone arrived, Birmingham was already firmly inside Sheridan's creative world. As Thomas Rainwater, the chairman of the Broken Rock Indian Reservation, he became one of the most important and consistently compelling Native American figures on American television in years. His net worth is estimated at around $9 million, with his Yellowstone salary believed to fall somewhere between $200,000 and $500,000 per episode. He has consistently used his career to push for better indigenous representation in Hollywood, choosing roles that connect to Native American history and identity in meaningful ways. Before acting fully took over, he was also a professional guitarist. His life has never followed a simple path, and that is exactly what makes his story one of the best on this entire list. Number 2 is Taylor Sheridan. He counts because he actually appears on screen as the recurring character Travis Wheatley, the horse trader who is one of the very few people Beth Dutton genuinely seems to like. But his real reason for being number 2 is what he built around the show. Before all of this, Sheridan was a struggling working actor who played Deputy Chief David Hale on Sons of Anarchy for over 60 episodes and has openly admitted he could not properly support his family on what he was making. That frustration pushed him toward writing. His first produced screenplay was Sicario in 2015. Then came Hell or High Water in 2016, which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay. Then Wind River in 2017, which he also directed. By the time Yellowstone premiered on June 20, 2018, he was one of the most powerful creative forces in Hollywood. In February 2021, he signed a 5-year exclusive deal, with Paramount Global reportedly worth $200 million. The projects that came from that deal include 1883, 1923, Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown, Landman, and multiple Yellowstone spin-offs. Then in 2021, Sheridan and investors purchased the historic 6666 Ranch in Texas, covering around 350,000 acres, for a reported $341 million. The ranch appears throughout Yellowstone itself, with Jimmy Herdstrom sent there to work across seasons 4 and 5. Through that one deal, Sheridan did not just write about the ranching world. He became one of its most powerful real owners. His net worth is estimated at around $200 million as of 2026, and even that may be conservative. Number 1 is Kevin Costner. Born on January 18, 1955 in Linwood, California, The youngest of 3 sons of an electrician father and a mother who worked in welfare, Costner graduated from California State University Fullerton in 1978 with a marketing degree. His entry into acting came after a chance meeting with Burt Reynolds on a flight home from his honeymoon. What followed was one of the most powerful careers in modern Hollywood history. His 1990 film Dances with Wolves, which he directed, produced, and starred in, earned him around $50 million in a single year from back-end points alone, roughly $110 million in today's money. The film won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. Back-end points from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves added another $40 million the following year. His personal life proved just as expensive as his career was profitable. His first divorce cost him a reported $80 million. His 2023 divorce from Christine Baumgartner put his finances under a public microscope, with court filings estimating his net worth at approximately $400 million, including a real estate portfolio worth well over $200 million. On Yellowstone, Costner reportedly started at $500,000 per episode in 2018, already far above everyone else on the cast. By season 5, that had risen to $1.2 million per episode. He originally agreed to continue through season 6 and 7, but negotiations collapsed when Paramount sided with Sheridan and rejected his terms. In June 2024, Costner confirmed he would not return. When the second half of season 5 premiered in November 2024, John Dutton was killed off without Costner ever stepping back on set. The original Yellowstone ended without its biggest star. His passion project Horizon, into which he reportedly invested $38 million of his own money, earned only around $39 million worldwide against a $100 million budget for the first chapter alone. The second chapter was pulled from theaters. The remaining 2 chapters are still unfinished as of early 2026. Celebrity net worth lists him at $200 million today, while his ex-wife's filings suggested closer to $400 million. The truth is likely somewhere in between, with much of his wealth tied up in property, his Costner Industries technology business, and decades of residuals from some of the most successful films ever made. He did not just star in Yellowstone. For 5 seasons, he was Yellowstone. And even after the fight, the departure, and the character killed in his absence, Kevin Costner remains the richest person who ever set foot on that show. That is the real story of who won.